Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our Sunday service. Today is the final day of a very important Jewish holiday, the Feast of Trumpets, or what is more commonly known as Rosh Hashanah, which means head of the year or first of the year, as it signifies the new year. It's the traditional anniversary of the creation of the world and of Adam and Eve. It's also a judgment day, as the Jews believe God takes into account the people's deeds from the prior year and then decides what the next year will be like for them. God then goes on to inscribe the results in the book of life for the coming year. There are feasts, celebrations, and the blowing of ram's horns, and though much of this is expounded upon in the Talmud, Rosh Hashanah's roots come right out of one of the most outrageous, most outlandish, and most disgusting books ever written. Coming to you from the Bible, coming to you from the Torah, the laughably ludicrous book of Leviticus. Leviticus 23:23-25 says, "Then the Lord spoke to Moses," first problem, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, on the 1st day of the month, you shall have a Sabbath rest, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall do no customary work on it, and you shall offer an offering made by fire to the Lord." The blowing of the trumpets or the shofars recall the binding of Isaac, the tricky and wholesome sacrifice story, an event that occurred on Rosh Hashanah, in which a ram took Isaac's place as an offering to God. So as you know, this holiday has been kept in perpetuity to this day. To take this to the next level, which is the more appropriate level, being it's incumbent upon us to always consider the context. Let's review the other wonderful ornaments of Leviticus, where this holiday was born. The book of Leviticus is renowned for its fatiguing and shameless addressing of nearly every freaky facet and juicy crevice that God could think of to spin laws out of. When God and Moses were high on Mount Sinai in every sense of the phrase, they laboriously outlined each detail explicitly revealing the nature of God. Loaded and brimful with his direct commands regarding sex, blood, semen, testicles, menstruation, deformities, disabilities, animal sacrifice, a variety of burning at the stake, yeast, odors, bestiality, mold, skin diseases, secretions, rules of split hoofs, stoning, execution of evildoers, the execution of anyone who blasphemes the name of God, fierce punishment for those who break the Sabbath, which calls for death in Exodus, the execution of dishonorable children and homosexuals, the banning of pork and shellfish, tattoos, haircuts, and the mixing of fabrics, and the list goes on a lot. Let's also not forget the Levitical reminder of celebrating the Passover, which of course is largely celebrated today, remembering when God executed all the firstborn children of Egypt and the firstborn of their animals. In matters of disobedience, or disobeying any of the laws God has prescribed, we're granted the equally important threats of tumultuous, tyrannical terror from above, such as the eating of your own children if they haven't already been abducted by wild animals. "And if ye will not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury. And I, even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat." Slavery is well established, and God tells Moses, "You may treat slaves as your property, passing them on to your children as a permanent inheritance. You may treat them as slaves, but never treat your fellow Israelites this way." There are plenty of other wild obscenities and oddities, such as do not breed 2 kinds of cattle, do not sow a field of yours with 2 different kinds of seed. You can find plenty of this and more in my book, The Holy Shit of the Bible, link on the profile page. Though mainly, this is simply a reminder of what unthinkable atrocities come out of this very book of Leviticus, and to remember just how celebrated this book is to this very day. Have a good week, everyone. See ya.